All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
All right. Okay. Give me one thing we're grateful for, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to go quick for 20 minutes, and I'll let you guys out 10 minutes early. But we got some good stuff today. Just one thing we're grateful for.
I'll go. I'm grateful for Delisha and all the coaches, and I'm also grateful for all the other agents who are really stepping in and giving me all kinds of great advice every time I need it.
Love that. Love that. The people you surround yourself with will make you in this career. I promise you that. Awesome. So we will get started. The when we talk on Tuesday, what do we get to talk about? We talk
Listings.
about listings. Thank you. We talk about listings. This conversation gets much more fun if we have interaction. So please interact with us because it is more fun. And it can't just be Steve and Meredith and I talking. I love that you guys are taking notes and you have your camera off because your minds are just blowing like crazy and you're not even, we can't even see your face because you're taking notes. But it is more fun and more engaging when you guys are in the conversation. So we talk about listings, and last week we talked about getting listings from your database, which is what is the first law of lead generation?
Build a database.
Thank you, Holly Washington, another person from leadership team talking. Agents, please dive into the conversation. Number one is build your database. And we talked last week about getting listings from your database. The second law of lead generation is what? Ben, I don't have any people in my database. I don't talk to anybody. I'm new to Charleston. I'm new to Charlotte. It's grow it daily. Third, communicate systematically. And four, service all leads. So today we are going to talk about if you move to a city and you don't know anybody, you spent 35 years of your life inside your apartment and you don't know a single person, what are you going to do? And this is the first thing that I would do if I got dropped into any city, how I would build my real estate business. And it's called for sale by owner and for rent by owner. Ben, I don't want to cold call. I don't care. Because what I'm going to tell you, you don't have to cold call. The first one we're going to talk about is for sale by owners. There aren't a ton of them in the Charleston market. I don't know about the Charlotte market, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the counties in which you work. You're going to type in Charleston County for sale by owner on Zillow. And you are going to text every single one of them this script. Please write this script down. Hey, Holly, I see your house at 123 Main Street. Looks great. Is it still available? What is Holly going to text me back? Yes, it's still available. And you're going to say, great. Would you be open-minded to partnering with a real estate agent? That's it. And they're going to say one or two things. Probably not right now. Or we're just testing the waters. Or no. And what is your job as a real estate agent at this point?
Overcome obstacles and objections.
And follow up. Follow up over time, overcome obstacles and objections. That's it. What you need to be doing is every single day, you're going to pull the for sale by owners within that market, the markets in which you're willing to work, put them in a list. Make sure you are in communication with every single one of them. That's it. Period. End of story. For sale by owners don't work with real estate agents because of two reasons. They either can't afford it or they hate you. They hate your career. Those are the two reasons they're for sale by owners. So you want to isolate those objections in that conversation. A way that we do that is we say, Tim, if this is Ben over at Keller Williams. If we were able to cover our commission, would you be open to working with a real estate agent? Because if they say yes, what does that mean? They can't afford it. If they say no, that means we don't like real estate agents. We don't trust them. And then at that point, you're going to say, can you tell me a little bit about your experience with real estate agents in the past? Does that make sense? The way to win with for sale by owners, you're going to text 100 of them. You're going to schedule 5 appointments. But the real wins are going to be in the 95 that you're following up with. You need to have a full list of every for sale by owner. Build a list of every for sale by owner that's happened in your marketplace from today forever. Because some of them are going to test the waters today. They're going to come off the market 8 months and then they're going to list with an agent. You need to have a list of every single for sale by owner in the counties in which you're willing to work consistently and feed it daily. Does that make sense? Are we all good with that? It's not that hard.
Yes.
You win with for sale by owners by following up over time. Now, here's the real money. Here's the real magic. If I were to go into a marketplace right now and I need business, Meredith, I'm going to have you practice this one. There's a beautiful thing called for rent by owner. On Zillow and on all these other marketplaces, we have for sale by owner, but we also have my favorite, the accoutrement for rent by owner. And why do I love for rent by owners? Because let me practice the script with Meredith. I go on Zillow, I pull for rent by owners. They have their name. It's going to say property owner. Please make sure you don't waste your time. Check to make sure that that's the actual property owner in the tax data. Because if it's not, it's property management. You're going to get yelled at. It says their name. Go to the county record. Say, oh, 123 Main Street. I'm on Zillow right now. I see 123 Main Street. I see Meredith Ledford. I go to the county record. I see Meredith Ledford. And I say, I'll read you the exact text that you're going to write. Please write this down. So the conversation we had yesterday. Hi, Meredith. Looking at your rental on 123 Main Street. I know it's not currently for sale, but for the right price, would you be open-minded to selling? Meredith is going to say one of two things.
I'm going to say no or yes.
No or yes. And that's really good because you can isolate the objection. So if Meredith says yes.
Oh, yeah,
guess
sure.
what? Now you got a listing appointment. Congratulations, all of you. Was that hard? Did you pick up the phone and cold call? No. You're sitting around watching Netflix probably at 2 in the afternoon. Do this. Be on your computer texting for rent by owners. There are thousands of them. Thousands of them. Thousands of them. And what is the demographic of a for rent by owner? Let me just describe it to you. This is why these are so crucial. Because a for rent by owner is typically going to be a single family residence. This is their only property that they own to rent because they do not work with a property management company. If you go 30 days past, they typically what happens is they bought a house. They said, we're gonna rent Main Street. We're gonna live on the beach. But 30 days after, Main Street's not sold. Those double mortgage payments are coming. And now you're saying, are you open to selling? And what are they going to say, Meredith? Yes. And then you go out there and you give them an honest value of their house. And congratulations, you got a sign in the yard. The next thing that they're going to say is, would you be open-minded to selling your house, Meredith?
For the right price.
Say this one.
Nope.
We're saying no because this
Oh,
is
sorry. No, I'm not interested.
Sounds like Meredith's an investor. Bingo. Meredith, is there anything else you're looking to buy this year?
I'm always looking for a good deal.
Great. Would you ever be open to jumping on a call and I can get a little bit more specifics about what you're wanting to buy and maybe hopefully we can send you some properties?
Yeah, as long as it's on my time.
Perfect. Don't care. I'm not doing anything. I'm actually sitting and watching Netflix right now. When you go to for rent by owners, you pick up a client almost every single time because you are either picking up a listing or you are picking up somebody who is open to buying. They're either picking up a listing or somebody who is open to buying. And what's really, really great about this to the people who are saying, I don't have a database, you now have the address, the phone number, and the name of thousands of people to put into your database by using for rent by owners. So maybe they're not going to sell now or buy now, but they're in your database. And that's what we're talking about. That's the complaint people come to me with, is that I don't have a database. Well, go to For Rent by Owners, text every single one of them, and now you have 1,000 people in your database, all of which are homeowners or investors.
And Ben, you found For Rent by Owners just by searching on Zillow?
Yeah, it's on Zillow. So you go on Zillow. I'll walk you all through it right now. You go to Zillow, Zillow.com. Skip all the ads. In the search bar, it says for sale. Don't click that. Click for rent. Type in the county that you want. It's going to show you thousands and thousands of listings. You click on each listing. Some are going to be apartment complexes. Guess what? This takes a little bit of time. It takes you 2 to 3 minutes to find a for sale, for rent by owner. Who cares? You're not busy. So find the one that says property owner. Find the owner. It's got their cell phone number right underneath it. You go to the county website, or however you guys check for property, the owner of the property. Make sure that the names match. Text them. That's it. Period. End of story. Put them in one place wherever you keep your database, whether it's Command, an Excel doc, or a Rolodex. I don't care. Homes.com has it as well. Way to go, Tim. Just be texting for rent by owners or for sale by owners. I'm not asking you guys to cold call. I'm asking you to sit around and text people. That's it. You get to hide behind the phone for the objection. What questions do you have? What limiting beliefs do you have that would prevent you from doing this? I'd love to hear some, because there are 14 people on this call. So if I don't hear any limiting beliefs, I'm expecting all 14 of you to have at least 5 listings by the end of the month by doing this, because I guarantee you will.
I think for me, I think a limiting belief I hear in the Charlotte area or in my office is they can't find the information. And that's kind of why I liked you walking through it. Like, it's right there on Zillow. You'd hit these clicks, make these few clicks. You go to your government page. For us, that would be within our MLS, you would go to Realist, and Realist will pull up all that information for you to verify. So I just love how you just completely like blew that up.
Yeah. They give you the information. That's what's so fun about it. You can also find for rent by owners on Craigslist, on homes.com, on driving around. I mean, they're everywhere. If you drive by a for rent by owner sign and you don't text it, shame on you, because your job is to sell real estate.
Hey, Ben, can you go through the follow-up part? Like, when would you follow up if somebody said no? And then what would you say at that point?
Yeah, so if they said no, I'm going to follow up in 30 days. At that point, be like, hey, Meredith, this is Ben over at Keller Williams Charleston in the Bolton Group. I saw your house is still for rent. Is there at all a price that you would consider selling for? And then when they tell you, hey, Ben, it actually got rented. Great. Is it a year lease? Yes. Well, guess what you're going to do in a year? Call them back. If you want to really win, send them 2 home evaluations in between that. What is the best strategy to accomplish this for agents who aren't watching Netflix? Dual career agents. What's really exciting about that's a great question. Dual career agents, I get the best results when I'm texting for rent by owners from 8 to 9 p.m. Because they're sitting around doing nothing. They're sitting around, they're relaxing from the day. Oh, honey, we just got well, they're actually thinking about if we'd be open to a conversation about selling it. So you're doing it at night. You're allowed to cold call from 8 to 9 p.m., 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So for dual career, the time that you're allowed, you should be texting 16 to 20 for rent by owners an hour. That's kind of the number that I have for myself. And it's 1 in 35 gets you an appointment. So you text 35, you will get an appointment in those first 35. You want to break down the math? Because I think that's fun. All right, I have 1 hour a day to do this. Getting a piece of paper. I have 1 hour a day to do this. Does that sound good? How much time do I have?
1 hour.
1 hour a day. And in 1 hour, I'm going to text 16 people. Okay. I don't work 365 days a year. I'm a real estate agent. That's why I chose this industry. So I work 250 days a year. So if I text 16 people an hour, I work 250 days times 16. That's 4,000 people I got to text. Does that make sense? Are we all agreeing with those numbers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This part I need communication with because we're going to dispel some limiting beliefs here. So I text 4,000 people. This is the power of compounding interest if you just do the work consistently and stop like chasing the results. Just do the work consistently. I set 4,000. I text 4,000 for rent by owners, only 1 hour a day for 250 days. What was the conversion rate of for sale by owner text to appointments? 1 in 35. So 1 in 35 gets me an appointment. So 35 divided by 4,000 is 114 appointments. I went on 100 and I scheduled 114 appointments. Guess what? People suck and they don't show up to all their appointments. So let's say 85% of these people show up. So 114 times 0.85. You went on 96 listing appointments. Congratulations. Would everybody like to go on 96 listing appointments? Cool. So you went on 96 listing appointments, but maybe your conversations suck. I'm going to give you guys worst case scenario. Maybe your conversations suck. So you only won 50% of them because you're really honest about the price, because you're really honest about the price, and because you're really honest about the price. Let's say you only won 50% of them. I'm going to give you guys worst case scenario. Congratulations, you guys took 48 listings. Who would like to take 48 listings? Yeah, all of us, right? We would all like to take 48 listings, but the market's crazy, so we're not going to sell them all. We only sell 75% of them. Congratulations. Who would like to sell 36 listings? Yeah. Now, what's really cool about this is take your average commission times 36. The average commission here in Charleston is $10,000. By working 1 hour a day, texting for sale by owners, I just made myself $360,000. Go find me a job that's going to get me that type of raise. Why aren't you doing it? The path is in the math. None of you believe me. That's the craziest part right now. Nobody believes me that it works, so nobody is going to go do it. The path is in the math. Great shirt, Meredith. That's the issue here. I've given you the strategy. I've given you the script. I've told you how simple it can be. Yet we're still crippled to take action. The best advice I ever got from this is, so that means that 360 divided by 360,000 divided by 250 days. That means that those conversations, that 1 hour of your time, that 1 hour of your time is worth $1,440 to text 16 for sale by owners. So let me paint you the scenario. None of you believe that this will work because it's just too simple. But if Meredith sat anybody in her office down and said, hey, Ben, if you text 16 for sale by owners for 1 hour tomorrow, I'll give you a check for $1,440. Would anybody say no to that, Meredith? No. Would they also ask, well, what if I text 32? Will you give me $2,880? Yeah. And then they'd show up every single day. And magically, they work more than 250 days. They're working 365. Because they do the work, they get paid. That's the problem with real estate, is that you have to have faith that the work's going to show up in 60 to 90 days. So we are crippled with action. We want the instant gratification. You have to have faith that what I am telling you is going to work. Jesus is pretty hard to believe in, but it'd be super easy if he came down and shook your hand. But we have to have faith that it's all worth it at the end. You have to have faith that the work you're going to put in will show up in 60 to 90 days. So if you don't believe me now, do it for 90 days. Do it for 90 days. And if it doesn't work, you can send me poopsenders.com. You can send animal poop to my house. I'll give you my address. But it does work. It does work. Give it 60 to 90 days. 1 hour a day. Talia, I love that. Holly, I love that. And then another part where people start to get limiting belief is they're like, well, somebody else is going to do it. There are thousands of them. Go do this, please. Any questions that we have before I let you go? If you have questions or if you have limiting beliefs, please let me dispel them right now. Drop in the chat, Ben, you're the smartest person we've ever met, and we can end this call. Thank you guys for jumping on. Have a great Tuesday. I will talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Bye.